Y'all really want me to allow a man to come and live with me in this house that I own and sleep in my bed and sleep in my room and be around me? I don't think so.
This bedroom that I've created that is so serene, that is calm, soothing, gorgeous, nothing out of place. You're telling me that I'm supposed to let a man come and live in here? That they're gonna put all their stuff in here? Oh no.
You see, the problem though is you have no issues going and living with a man who has something like that or even nicer than that. You would gladly pack your fucking bags and move in with a man who is living way better than that. And you think that they should just accept you coming in there and putting your in their place, but you can't do that for a man? Y'all are so one-sided. It's ridiculous.
Let's just say he was 100%. I have the best relationship that has ever existed in the existence of relationships. What rational...
Women aren't rational.
No, hold on. Women are not irrational.
Women aren't rational. That's the reality. And look, and you may not like what I'm saying. Women are not rational. Women are the only people that will get upset at you for giving them what they want. A woman will want a man who has, I want a man who's wealthy, who's affluent. She gets that. They get married, and now she's complaining about time. Right now, he gives her a time.
But and now she didn't know what she wanted.
Wait, and now. You just listen. You just hit it right.
No.
Don't know what they want.
Wait, but not knowing what you want and irrational is not the same thing.
And then wait. And now he gives her time. Now he puts work aside. Now he's home all the time. Oh, he's home too much. Why are you always home? This is what men deal with on the regular. This is something that I've. This is something.
So men don't do like what do?
No, and I'm not saying this is.
Men be doing a lot of stuff.
Men do, and I'm not saying we don't. But what I'm telling you is, this is something that I've learned to accept about women. I'm not saying it like it's a jab or it's a detriment. Once again, I speak to how God designed us, and I've learned that this is how God has designed y'all. You understand? And y'all are the only ones. And this is, I always say, a man's job is to provide and protect. And the number one thing you have to protect a woman from is herself. That's the reality.
Maybe it is. So do it. Maybe it's the truth.
That's the reality.
You guys think after
we have a long list of jobs too.
You think after all this time?
No, I'm not complaining.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm stating it as a fact. The future faking, you should be able to be punished because, look, you walk into a casino. You know you might win, you might lose. If you lose, you're not able to sue the casino. But if you walked in knowing that you were going to cheat the casino, right? Then they have the right to punish you however they wish because your intent.
Yes,
it's about
exactly.
Intent. Your intent was malicious.
But also, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not. You can't sue. You can't take legal action. I mean,
there's no way to prove it.
No, right. But also, allowing someone to take that many years of your time is also your own. Because I'm just
you got to be accountable.
You got to start waking up.
You got to take the L.
But wait. But then again, like y'all saw Lorenz Tate in Menace to Society. People are great actors. Like I really thought he was O-Dog. Like people are great actors.
That would be her intent. Then that would go towards her intent if she was acting the whole time.
No, but what I'm saying is, so yes, I totally do agree that people have to take a level of accountability for what they allow, but some people are amazing actors.
They are. I will agree with
some
that.
people are amazing. Look, man, like they have dinner with your family and your mother's like, oh my God, you got to marry this guy. Like some people are amazing actors. Or you got to marry this woman. Some people are amazing actors, you know? So although fault does fall on the back of the victim to a degree, but I'm just saying that some people are great actors, man.
So the disrespect I see some of y'all women take in the name of being a girl's girl is insane. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tweet says, scared of getting in a relationship because what if it works out and I'll never be single again? I'm almost scared to get into a relationship for real because I don't not want to be single. I want my autonomy. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I want to be able to gaslight you niggas every now and then. I want to be able to do everything that I want to do. Yeah.
To have this kind of a take is so odd to me because being in a relationship is not mandatory. There's no law. There's no one that can force you. Nothing. It is literally a decision. That's like me coming on here complaining about having to move to Pakistan, knowing I don't have to do it. Literally, there's no law that is going to force me to move to Pakistan. It is simply a decision. Shorty really got on here and said she's scared to be in a relationship because she doesn't not want to be single. Ma'am, is your brain functioning properly? Like, is everything firing on all cylinders the way it should? Because you do know you can be single for as long as you want. As long as you want. There is literally no threat to your singlehood. You are in 100% control on being in a relationship or not being in a relationship. And to think she got on a platform and said this with her whole chest. What be wrong with some of y'all? And y'all want me to believe this generation of women is the most educated of all time? You gotta be kidding me.
And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I look at you and your relationship and it feels limiting to me. And it might not feel limiting to you, but for where I am and on my journey and like where I am and being single, I couldn't imagine being like, oh, let me tell him.
And to think, in the name of friendship, you sat on this platform and allowed that woman to disrespect your relationship that you chose to be in because she's on a different path in life. If it's one thing that scares me most about female friendships, I don't understand the moral code. I don't know what code they actually follow. Every female group has a completely different code. I'll be damned my homeboy would ever say something like that to me just because he's on a different path in life. Like, yeah, bro, I love being single. I love being outside and doing my own thing and gaslighting women. And sometimes I look at you like, I feel sorry for you, bro. What? He'd be lucky if I don't swing on him right in that moment. Are you crazy? I chose to be here because I want to be here. I'm enjoying myself in this relationship. It is not your place to criticize my relationship in a situation that has nothing to do with you. No one is telling you to be in a relationship. You don't have to. You know what? I think sometimes I get a little too ahead of myself and I care too much about certain topics. And I'm like, there's no way I could be on a podcast platform and be disrespected in this manner and just be letting them go off and say you crazy. It's unfortunate that this woman does not even realize she's being blatantly disrespected. Not only directly, but her friend is also disrespecting her relationship and her decision making. And fellas, we got to be careful on who our women call friends, because if she got one of these in her corner, it's a good chance your relationship ain't gonna make it. But you know what? Fortunately for y'all, you ain't got to listen to nothing I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
To the women who liked to date men.
Looks can be deceiving. Viewer discretion is advised.
And only women who like to date men only. This message is for you. My rent is $6,000. My nails, $150. My hair, $300 minimum. So I pay for all of this myself. I do not expect a man to take care of this for me because he is my partner, not my father.
Now, if you were to ask me, I don't see anything wrong with the stance that this woman took in her video. She is 100% right. He's your partner, not your father. So expecting him to do the things that your father did for you as a young girl wouldn't make any sense, because that would in turn prompt him to expect the things that his mom did for him as a young boy. And I'm sure a lot of y'all don't want to go down that road.
All right? I think the men have left now. Ladies, when a man invites you over to his apartment or his house for the first time, please rob him.
Remember earlier in the video when I told y'all looks could be deceiving? Yeah, I gotta be careful out here in these streets. I told y'all, this kind of stuff to the untrained eye looks so relatable. It looks so innocent. It's like, oh man, she's pushing out a good message, until she's not. Her message is, if a man invites you to his house on the first link up, rob him. Not decline his offer, not refuse his polite gesture, just rob him. That's her advice. And the immediate downside to all of this is, all of those women that take this advice are not going to make it out alive. And before you know it, Channel 7 News today, young woman meets a man on Hinge or something like that, and he blows her head off. Now, a lot of y'all are going to be up in arms about how men hate women, but none of y'all are going to address the fact that she was trying to rob that man, or she did rob that man. There is no way you want me to believe that women that give out advice like this actually care about women. This is some of the most dangerous you can ever do, especially on a first interaction. You don't know who the you're dealing with.
Please understand that this man wants you to rob him, all right? Go and take whatever is the most valuable thing that you can see in his place while he's going to the bathroom. If you don't think you can gather cash, jewelry, or any other valuables in 5 minutes or less, then go ahead and go into his wallet, take a cute little picture of the front and back of his credit card, and then leave before he comes out of the bathroom. And then make sure you block him. Because listen, if that man really was smart, he would have never invited a complete stranger into his house the first time he's meeting her.
Now, there is a part of this video that I actually do agree with. It is not very smart to invite a complete stranger to your spot, especially on the first link up. It's not. However, that does not trump the advice that this woman is giving. She's giving this advice like there's no consequences to it. Like, it can't happen. Like, he can't contact the authorities and they follow up and find you. Or if he takes matters into his own hands and finds you himself, then what? Men can't be as dangerous as y'all say they are. Because there's no way you think men are dangerous and you're willing to play with them in this manner. Ladies, despite your fellow woman giving you such horrible advice, here I am to provide some light in your darkness. If you meet a man and he's willing and ready to invite you over to his spot on the first link up and you're not comfortable, just don't go. If you are not in fact willing and ready to connect with this man on an intimate level, do not go to his spot. And even with all that I just said, I know y'all ain't gonna listen to shit I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
And I like the reaction that Sewa had, where she was talking about essentially the woman coming in and saying, well, I'm not going to let a man live in my, you want all this stuff that I've done. You want me to let allow a man to come into my house with all of that? No. So I can wake up next to him and be annoyed by him? No, I don't want to do that. Right. Understandable. But do you ever think, that's what I'm saying, modern women are so short-sighted. Do you ever think that maybe that man has things in his house that you go in there and you just start throwing it away? Well, we can sell this. We don't need it anymore. Because it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't. Modern women, everything that they have, it means something. And we have to get it. Before a man, if he comes in and there's some things that he likes and he wants to keep, no, we got to get rid of that. They don't respect men. They don't respect being in a man's. Modern women will march into a man's space. They will march into a man's, the stuff that he built, the stuff that he built, the stuff that he labored for, toiled for, day and freaking night. They will walk into that man's stuff. We don't need this. We don't need that. Move this, move that. Not understanding and knowing this is that's part of the structure. We actually did need that. And because men don't like going back and forth, and you're a lady and I don't want to bring it to blows, I let you alone. And it takes these women sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 years to understand, dang, why did we ever get rid of that? Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. We actually needed that. And, that's something that would benefit us. Why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you tell me not to do it? I did. But because you're so hard-headed and you don't want to listen, then you went on ahead and got rid of it anyway. Then you went on ahead and put it up anyway. Then you went on ahead and went out and did it anyway. Modern women with this thought process, this mindset, are making men, it's an easy choice. It's an easy choice to stay away from them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the modern day woman.
Just went on a first date, and this is no offense to this man, obviously perfectly fine, normal, lovely date. It's getting to the point though that that's the problem. Like there's just nothing happening. And I just feel no sparks and no chemistry with people. And I feel bad because I feel like it's just me. I'm going out with really handsome, accomplished, interesting people. And I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just another girl. Like I'm one of a million and there's just nothing special about me. Probably not.
I'm gonna just stop it there. She's absolutely right. And I'm gonna start with this. She is the problem. This is the modern woman. She just said she wanted sparks to fly, like immediately. And then if sparks don't fly, she just discredits them. And she said she was with really good candidates of men, according to her. And what gets me is that, everything's on fast forward with women nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like they want things to be sparks to fly the first day. They want it to be right then and there. They want to feel something to know that it's real. When those things are built, if marriage was easy, everyone would be married. But it's not, because it takes a bunch of hard work. And it's, nowadays it's 50-50. It would even work out. So with this one right here, again, you can already tell she's been through multiple guys, probably has a past, and now that she's ready to settle down, it's not easy with all the bad boys or whatever, if she was ran through or not, or she's had her fair share of men. Now it's to the point where it's hard to pair bond with someone, and she's looking at these men and they're not exciting her at all. You know what I'm saying? She's so used to a certain type of guy, she's so used to a certain type of way, that now that she's ready to take the next step, her mind won't allow it. The future is going to be in a terrible place, because this is the new norm. Everyone telling you what a man should be, and women trying to tell men what they should be, when it's not that way at all. The independent woman, she says she doesn't need a man anymore. And all those indoctrinations and all that advice, it all ties in to this right here. So in short, the future is.
It has come to my attention that a TikTok posted yesterday has pissed off a lot of women specifically. The conversation was that my husband and I both agree that men should take paternity tests prior to signing the birth certificate or paying child support. Why do I believe in this? A couple of reasons. One is 1 in 3 men are currently raising a child unbeknownst to them that isn't biologically theirs. Secondly, we get a natural DNA test. We give birth to the child. There is no question on who that mother is. Y'all out here wild, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to provide that peace of mind for somebody in their lifetime. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really looking for explanations because there's not a single thing that's going to change my mind on this stance. And for all of the women out there who are telling me that I'm brainwashed and I'm stupid and my husband's controlling and he's and they're being really degrading in the comments towards me as a woman, what the makes you think that after reading what you said about me is going to make me feel safe enough if I were going through those things to come forward and ask for help? And then the last thing, and I'm done. A lot of women are like, oh, well, you should trust her. You should trust me. I'm not the greater masses. I'm not all women, blah, 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 blah. This isn't about you. This is about peace of mind for the man so that he knows with 100% certainty the same way you do that the child is his. And there are so many people out there saying, I'm not following you anymore. I used to idolize your relationship and blah, 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 blah. That's where you f***ed up. Don't idolize people. Don't idolize relationships. Don't idolize me. You don't know who the f*** I am. I'm somebody on the internet who says fun sometimes, or sometimes I say things that make you realize things. You don't know me. Y'all are wild out here with your parasocial relationships and getting entwined emotionally the way you do in other people's marriages and relationships. I would usually say something inspirational right now, but all I have to say to the people who are ripping us apart is you can go yourself.
It is statistically proven that women leave relationships more. So they end them, they file for divorce more, so on and so forth. But this does not mean that men do not want to leave relationships, right? And I'm not talking about the men who understand that they need to stick it out and work through the hard times. I'm talking about the men who want you to leave them. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I've been doing so for close to a decade. And something I can tell you is this. Men are cowards when it comes to ending a situation with a woman for a variety of reasons, right? But one of the reasons is they don't want to cut off that access to you. See, if you leave them, the door is still open in their minds because they did not sever the tie, right? So they can come back in with the, hey, stranger, what's going on, big head? You ain't really feeling me like that, so on and so forth, when they have no other options or the option that they actually want doesn't want them back. So ladies, something that you'll see a man do when he wants you to end the relationship is start getting quiet, start giving you short responses, start getting a little bit disrespectful, start to cheat, start to talk to other women, start to be blatantly just like out there in your face, right? And they know they're doing it in your face. They're giving you reason for you to step away, right? And they typically are not going to give you a fight about it when you go. So trust me when I tell you, women end relationships more, and I think sometimes women end relationships for more petty reasons than a man might have, for the men who are not cowards. But understand that men want to walk away from relationships too. They just want you to do it for them. Do with that what you will. Stay safe.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a whole phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never had her heart broken time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has, because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man because she probably never experienced that. Like, when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like, you don't have to experience a whole lot. But I don't think she experienced anything at all. And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like, you ain't just no Lucinda from down the block. You're Ayesha Curry. If you gonna mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it. Watch.
This is the reason why you should never take advice from women, because Black women will literally have you crashing out and have you missing out on your blessings. I cannot tell you how many times that I've talked to women or I've had conversations online, and I asked them after they spilled all of their trauma as to what it is that's wrong and why they can't find a good man, and you know, and I ask them all the time. I say, "Hey, is it a possibility that you passed up on the man that you were supposed to be with?" And they like, "Yeah," and then that's the statement that usually humbles them. And that's unfortunate because she talking about, hey, she needs to do this, she needs to do that, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And again, all it's going to do is have her missing out on her blessing. I cannot tell you how many women that went out there and got STDs and STIs, and I've done hundreds of videos of different people that say, yo, I got HIV, I got AIDS, I got all of that. And so all of these women are single baby mamas sleeping around with the same women. Meanwhile, there's other chicks out here that can't wait to get them a Steph Curry, can't wait to get them a $1 billion guy, can't wait to find them a guy that's going to hold them down, that ain't cheating on them. But if you ain't cheating on them, if you're not dogging them, if you're not slapping them, according to a lot of these women, if they haven't put you in the ground, and if they having donkey mess you up, then you're not a good woman, or you ain't ready to get married.
Well, you have women, specifically the woman that was talking about she didn't feel anything for men. Well, I think he mentioned she probably had a certain type of guy that she was looking for. When they divorce, that's pretty much what it is. And I think she was actually divorced. And a lot of times modern women think there's somebody better out there that I can find. And instead of actually, let's assume that this man was a piece of trash, which I don't think she said he was. They said, we just decided to go our separate ways and we outgrew each other, something of that nature. The funny thing is, when you get out of those relationships, even though you think that you grew to a different level, modern women are delusional. They think when I get out of this relationship, I'm going to take things to another level. And me just being me, I put a nice skirt on, a nice dress, a nice outfit. I get in the gym, which is what you should have been doing in the first place. I get in the gym, I get a revenge body, and then I'm out here. Men are naturally going to want me. I have a revenge body. I don't have any kids, or maybe I have a few kids, but a man's, they're not going to be able to turn away from my beauty. Right? So I've got that revenge body, and I've got a boss babe job. Who wouldn't want me? All these high value men out here, who wouldn't want me? I'm going to get me one. And it doesn't happen because you're not the material, you're not the person that you think you are. And so you get passed up, and that's how you end up here on TikTok crying about what's wrong with me. Am I the problem? Yes. Yes, you are.
Because women are more than happy to share their food with their guy, but guys especially are protective of this. So why are you guys so protective over food?
No, it's not that we
like you don't want to share with us.
Yeah, it's not that you guys are the only ones that want to share. We share everything with you guys, but
no, I'm just talking about food.
Yeah, but the problem is though, when we ask you if you want food and then you say you don't want it, and then when the food shows up and you pick off of our plate, that's the problem.
Look, even our producers
because
nodding his head. Stay out of this conversation.
Every man knows that this is part of the deal when you're in a relationship. Like that specifically when it comes to food. Babe, I'm hungry.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some food. Do you want anything? No. Okay, cool.
So
then my
why-
burrito shows up and now you want 6 bites.
Okay, let me put this into perspective for you. Okay, women will get extra food because they know folks want to eat it. They'll be like, oh, the kids are probably going to be hungry, so I'll just order extra for the kids. I'll order something for my man.
Right.
Why don't you guys have that same mentality?
Well, we do. The smart ones know to order 2 things. Even when you say no, make sure to get it for you. Because here's the thing, though. We know what it is. I don't think a lot of women want to agree openly.
Oh, no.
But we know what it is.
What is it?
It's just you want our stuff.
That's not true.
That's what it comes down to. It's like we ask you if you want food. We're happy to buy it for you. Happy to make it for you. Whatever. You might say no, and then we have to take it for face value because you're a grown adult. So but when the food actually shows up, the thing that we see in your eye is your desire to have what we have. That's what it all comes down to.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. When it comes to the kids or when it comes to our man, we'll just always order extra regardless of what anybody says, so that there is no there's nothing like conversations that have to happen that. That's so easy to solve. Just order.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Oh, they didn't try to say anything. They flat out said that they'd rather be by themselves and peaceful than to be with some of the women that are available out there.
I have to disagree.
Of course there would be some women that have to disagree with that statement because they simply cannot bring themselves to believe that many men, especially after seeing what's out there in the dating market, would rather be single, and they're actually happier being so.
I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, good meals with conversation and things like that. So I'm gonna call your bluff.
Some women simply don't get it. Because none of those things that were listed are actually what brings a man peace in a relationship. And if we're being really honest with ourselves, most men can get all of those perks of being in a relationship without actually being in one. So quite frankly, ladies, some of you are going to have to start accepting that men can be happy by themselves. I know that comes as a surprise.
What makes women happy? And I was thinking on the toilet, well, what makes me happy is, unfortunately, or fortunately, the traditional things. And now, had I said that to my 20-year-old self, I would be horrified, because I was a good feminist and I fought my way through comedy and I did all the clubs I wasn't. I'll show you, I'll be the best female comic. And I carried this anger that compelled me for 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you became a mom, and I got humbled by illness. And then I was like, okay, so what makes me happy? I know what makes me happy. I can't speak for all women, but is there something to my biology, to my essence? Possibly. Do we know what makes all men happy? I don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I think too, it's like it was the male ideal of success that ruined women. It was this idea that in order to become equal, we had to be like you.
Yes.
That's the problem. I have to have my career exactly like Todd's. I have to be successful. It's like, this is not going to work for me. This is not going to work because I'm a mother. My body can't keep up with this pace of work. It's not good. And it makes the woman angry, resentful, bitter. And now I'm useless because if my kid can't come for a snuggle and my cat can't come, I'm the center of the home. This is the truth. And it's not pretty to say anymore, but that's what I learned.
And it's so interesting that you touched on power before, because we were talking about power and women want to be powerful like men are powerful. Like, women are super powerful.
Just not in the same way.
Just not in the same way.
100%. But yeah, women's lives can be fantastic if you let the guys just do their own, let them do it.
When Kevin Samuels passed, people like Vivica Fox, like literally dance in the street, jump for joy like this man had committed a crime, had he somebody or did a heinous crime to things. And it was just so remarkable to me that they were celebrating another black man that had committed no crime. Why do you think that Kevin's was so celebrated from feminists?
It's because they're feminists. They were all of the hit dogs hollering. You didn't see happily married black women celebrating his death. You didn't see women who were happy in their relationship celebrating his death. It was all of the women who were the women that he was talking about. All of the delusional women, all of the single baby mothers, all of the women who had chose poorly. They got with a Pookie or Ray Ray, and then they were 38, 40 years old, 2 kids, no money, out there looking for the next man that make $250,000, and then they're like, oh, why can't I get it? Why don't I deserve it? So they felt like, he was bringing too much attention to it, to their delusion and the fact that they're not going to get what they're looking for. They don't like that. They don't like accountability. Accountability feels like oppression to people who've never been held accountable. So that's why they feel that way. They're like, who is this man that's so oppressive and he hates women and he's misogynistic? And then they start, they got to do all the things. They call you every name in the book, every term in the book when you start highlighting the things that they say wrong. You got to be misogynistic. You got to be or they just talk about your appearance, or you ugly, you mad, you can't get no chicks. It's all the nonsense that they talk about. So it was all the women who were mad that he was talking about them. And he didn't say nothing wrong. He just like, hold yourself accountable. If you 250 pounds, 300 pounds, how you expect to get a man that's making $300,000 a year? And why should he just be faithful to you?
Free game.
That's the truth.
Game alert. It's the truth. They hated him for telling the truth. And I'm 43 years old, and still to this day, I still do not understand what women's quarrel with accountability is. It seems like it's literally kryptonite to them.
Interesting people to come on my podcast. I need some interesting people to come on my show. You got a story to tell. You got a product to promote. You got an album releasing or a single. Hey, man, come on the Ugly Money Podcast. One of the biggest podcast platforms in the Southeast. It's bigger than radio. I do more views than TV. You definitely want to tap in. Just DM me the word interview. Pound sign interview. Don't come broke, but no. You know what I'm saying? Let's go viral. It's like this clip right here that you just seen. Yeah. See? It could have been you. He was playing. He about 3'5" with me. Kept me like his.
Community members, let me tell you how I learned the hard way never to take a man's niceness, kindness, gentleness for stupidity. So it was during the time my man and we had a disagreement and we just could not see eye to eye. And because I was just so tired and so over it, I now said, let's break up. The boy now said, okay. I said, okay, how? Bow. Asper. What do you mean by okay? I'm telling you, let's break up. You're telling me okay. Like, kilo day now. Why? It's never that serious now. You were supposed to tell me, no, you are the love of my life. You are the one I've chosen. We here, you're not going anywhere. This is my last bus stop. Which one is okay? Buy me sorrow now. Which one is okay? I was now in shock, but I was like, it's fine. He'll come back to beg me later. And then we will go back to how things were. 1 week passed, 2 weeks passed, 3 weeks passed. My guy did not return. I said, Bamio, they have taken my man away. My blood is not flowing again. Please, you push, come and help me. I realized it was because I got too familiar with him. What I mean by that is, throughout the relationship, he would do anything and everything just to please me. Even if I'm the one that vexes him, he'll be the one to come and apologize. Even if I'm the one in the wrong, he'll be the one to initiate us getting back on track. So I'm so used to that. In my head, I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be now. That's not how it's supposed to be, because as I went outside and I started dating other people, those ones. If you say one, they've said two, and they've already gone. Excuse me, that's not how we do things here. You're supposed to fight for me. I learned that, there will come a time where the man will no longer take your nonsense. And it's going to be painful, because instead of me communicating that, hey, I actually do not want to break up, I actually said, let's break up because I was scared. And this is like my defensive mechanism. Instead of communicating, I chose not to communicate, and it cost me the relationship. And that was because I thought he would always come back. He would never go anywhere. He's always going to be here. So I thought I could just play, I learned how to communicate. Talk your feelings. Don't take their actions for stupidity. Don't take their niceness, their kindness, their gentleness. It's because they like you. But if you're always expecting it from them, one day it will shock you. You regret it. You regret all the bad character that you're showing him. You regret it.
And I really like what they were saying about Kevin Samuels, because all he was really saying is, maybe you're not as good as you think you are. Maybe you have a little bit more work to do. And that's what men say a lot of times. You might have a little bit more work to do. If a man has to go through it, he says, that's great, but there's some things that you need to do as a man. Well, I got a good job. Yeah, but your weight is out of control. You need to get your weight out of control. So he has to go to the gym, do a home workout, get his weight under control. Now I got my weight and my money. Yeah, now you need to work on your character. And then a woman's going to want you. So I go to therapy, and I practice things to manage my anger or my emotions. And when I'm the total package, a woman wants, I do all of these things so I can come in and take care of a woman, basically. And she's not going to have any of those, to be honest. None of them. That's the problem. I do all of these things as a man. I get myself together, and then I have to come towards you who hadn't done anything. You have multiple baby daddies. You're 45. You've been through so many relationships. You've been riding the carousel. A lot. And you want me to be happy. You want me to be so privileged that I'm going to take you as my wife.
What are you for Halloween? What's your costume?
Night, I guess.
Night?
Yeah, a night.
Usually nights cover more of their body.
Well, why not be a for Halloween? It's the opportunity.
Really?
What's wrong with that? Yeah.
What's wrong with being a
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe wanting to find a husband and start a family one day.
I don't give a about that.
You don't?
No, the right husband won't give a if I was a knight for Halloween.
Well, you're not a knight.
I am a knight.
No.
Yeah.
You're just a girl wearing some black clothes that don't cover anything.
And what's wrong with that? There's girls out here that are dressed
way worse.
Than I am.
So you want to just attribute to the problem?
I know you. You're on TikTok, yeah. I see your rage baiting girls all.
Oh, it's not rage bait. It's what I truly believe. Because there's a lot of men that struggle with lust, and there's a lot of women that attribute to that problem. And you as a young woman are not representing your mother well or your father.
I'm sorry. I'm in college. I'm not going to find my husband in college.
Oh, so it's okay to just be a slut because you're not going to find your husband in college?
That logic doesn't make any sense. Do you hear yourself thinking?
I do hear myself. I'm literally just going along with what you're saying and responding.
You think this is...
I think this costume is...
This...
Hey, guys, would this costume be... Yes or no?
Yes. None of you are free thinkers.
For some reason, girls find it. I don't know why they think this, but they think that if you dress more, they think if they dress more provocatively, they're gonna get more male attention. But the reality is, 95% of guys, or at least 100% of the actual respectable guys, don't want anything to do with that. So if girls actually want to start getting a good guy, stop dressing like a bop.
I think it's disgusting that you guys do this.
That we call out women for terrible morals?
No. You have your whole boy group, clique, posse, whatever the you want to call it.
These are random guys. I've never met them in my life.
No.
They all agree that you're dressed like...
Drew, you're a piece of shit.
I am?
You know that. I hope you know one day a girl's going to clock your...
A girl can't do anything to me.
Yeah, she can.
No, she can't.
I guarantee you that's a fake chain, too.
It is fake.
I guarantee you it is.
But I'm not dressed like a...
You're a piece of shit.
This how I know I ain't ready for nothing.
Now, I don't know when some of y'all gonna learn, but hopefully it's sooner than later. Viewer discretion is advised.
Because my little trick right there, you see him? Yeah. He's so nice to me. He's so nice to me. He be tricking. He likes to take me out. He likes to literally hand me money. All the things I said I wanted. But I don't want him. I don't like him. He annoys me. That's how I know I ain't ready for nothing. Because all I keep thinking about is the dude that don't do for me. And I miss him.
Now, although this piece is not newfound information, however, you'd be surprised how many men in America are in that very same position as the man she showed in that clip. And I don't know when y'all gonna learn. Tricking is never gonna get you what you truly desire. And a lot of y'all be tricking with 9 to 5s. I don't understand it. Any extra spending money that you can either invest, save, or even spend on yourself, you are spending for the validation of a woman that wants nothing to do with you. When y'all gonna love yourself a little better, huh? When y'all gonna love yourself a little more, Like at this point, I firmly believe that their brains should be donated to science for studying. Like we need to understand what makes a man trick. Especially when he got a 9 to 5. Especially when he ain't even got it to be doing that. Because she posted that video online for the world to see, which ultimately means there's a possibility that you would run into it and you would know she's talking about you. Which means she has zero respect for you, but you're spending your hard-earned money on her just for her to smile in your face. I know she ain't kissing you. I know she ain't giving you no cat based on what she said in the video. Just for her to turn around and say, the man that I really want doesn't do for me. And that's what I actually miss. Now, I could say more about the female logic, but at this point, I'd be beating a horse. We already know this about them. It's no secret that this is how they operate in a lot of cases. But you know what, in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it, there's always going to be casualties in war. And those type of men are the casualties. We need men like that in order for us really to thrive freely. Maybe that's just what it is. Maybe, just maybe. But you know what? You ain't got to listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
I was rejected by a matchmaker this week. You wouldn't be able to work with me. I'm very, very type A, organized. I like to be the leader. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not. I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, men really like a soft woman and I should try some of these vision board journaling, meditating type of things. She essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do. My walls are too high and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I've been in therapy for 10 plus years. She also said that I need to soften a little bit. And men like a softer woman. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. We shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary. And the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity.
The part that she's not considering is that matchmaker is also hired by men. So she's listening to what men want, which is why she's giving the feedback that she's giving. But this reaction from a woman is exactly what a lot of men are experiencing in the dating world. There's just so much resistance from women these days to self-reflect and potentially change a little bit. It is okay to change yourself in order to improve yourself. It does not mean that you're not worthy of love currently. You are. Everyone is. It's just a matter of, are you willing to make yourself a better partner to fit into a relationship? It's really that simple.
We have 20 times as many options as women in the same category. What happens is a woman is dating a guy who she thinks is really good looking, smart or whatever, and she doesn't realize how many other women are trying to get with that same guy. Answer for your friends. Just think of your 5 closest friends. Age. What is the age range do you think your friends would be attracted to?
35, 45.
I have to ask this. We're excluding married men. They can't pick the married men.
No, it's not good.
We don't care what race, or is there a particular race?
No.
We don't care what race.
No.
So we're going to pick any race. What is too short for the guy?
Minimum 5'10".
We're excluding obese men, correct?
Like, let's be honest, guy. Who wants to date a fat man?
Okay, but he's got to be 5'10", right?
Yeah.
And he's between the age of 35 and 45, and he's not obese, right? Ready? Here's another one. Be honest, not you, your friends. Minimum income. See, look at the look on her face.
100K.
100K.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're talking about a man who is 35 to 45. He's not married. Okay, so we're excluding all married men. We're excluding, we're excluding anyone under 5'10". We're excluding obese men, and we're excluding men that make under $100,000 a year. Now, so my question for you is, what percentage of men in the United States do you think that is?
40%?
40% of men?
Yeah.
It's less than 1% of men. Now, here's the thing. All these ladies that you just spoke about, they have to choose from less than 1% of men.
You know what? With the guy on Lenny T's, probably not Lenny. I said Lenny T. Basically, he was talking to that woman about dressing more modestly. Well, you know, the right man is not going to be a right man. You shouldn't be dressed like that. Why are you dressed like that? Well, my right man will allow me to do X, Y, and Z. And that man is going to be doing some things himself. That's what you don't understand. Y'all are wanting these. The problem with modern women is they are wanting, well, I'm not about to get married in college, so I can act the way that I want to act. I can do what I want to do. I can be where I want to be, however long I want to. I'm going to do that for 10 years. And then I'm going to say, okay, it's time for me to settle down and get off the train. But at that point in time, you've done so much weird stuff that a man has a whole resume that he looks to and says, ooh, I do not want that. And you're going to be upset talking about men don't take you seriously, but you really honestly and truly did it to yourself. This man just gave you a warning and you don't care.